Hey Virgo, this is EJ from Taurota Tarot. I hope everybody has had a good weekend and looking forward to the start of a new week. And if you are here in America, I hope you are having a good early start to your holiday. Everybody else, I know you're getting ready for the new year. So let's see what we got going on. I'm going to do this one specifically for Virgo love. It's kind of been stuck in my brain. You and Aquarius. I did Taurus love a few days ago. Well, I'm going to do a dig deeper for Virgo love and a dig deeper for Aquarius love. So I'm using my new Simply Deep Tarot cards by Chanel Bayless, and the art is by James Battersby. And I'm all hung up on this shit. I love these cards. I have my, I shuffled my Rider-Waite Tarot for clarity purposes if I need to go there like that. So this is going to be for Virgo love. Let's see what we got going on here. First card is the Seven of Cups. Second card is the Devil. And the third card is the Four of Wands. Let me just pull from the bottom before I pull anything else. This is going to be your overall energy. And just a reminder, I don't do reverses, I do straight up. So your overall energy is the Ten of Cups. This is about family, prosperity, your home, the people in your home. Times like this, the way you celebrate, how you celebrate, the people you get down with like that. So that's your overall energy. And it makes sense. You probably are going to be coming across people you haven't seen for a while because of the holidays. But the Seven of Cups is telling me that you are trying to have it all now, but you're trying to have it all now, but the people around you are not ready for you to have it all now. So if you see dude, he's trying to have it all, but if you look closely, he's not ready. He's not ready. In your situation, Virgo, I don't think the people around you are ready for, it just feels like they're not ready for the way you're coming at them with the things that you want. With the Devil card, it's telling me there's a lot of temptation out there. So if you're in a relationship with someone, and it's a long-term relationship or you've been in it for a while, it looks like you have grown tired maybe. Maybe the truth that you thought was the truth ain't the truth. And the weave and the wig has come off, the nails have come off, or if it's a guy, you know, all that nice chivalry, I can't ever say that word, that he was doing when y'all first hooked up, opening the door for you, pulling your chair out at the restaurant, making sure everything is good when you get to work, helping you with your coat, all just gone to shit now. They ain't helping you do shit. So however that energy is playing, if you are the person watching the other person just kind of pull back and withdraw, there's some temptation around them, your partner. If this is a male that we're talking about, it could be somebody at his job, or it could be somebody at his gym where he works out, if he does that. And this is going to resonate probably with a lot of people, but for different reasons. So I'm just throwing it all out there. I would just be mindful, Virgo, that, you know, if you are, it surely is, we're saying your partner's not doing whatever it is they were doing when you first hooked up. Take a look at yourself and see what you're not doing, because I'm sure you've slacked up. If the energy is you, there's probably some things you've slacked up on as well. So, you know, make sure before you go getting up in your partner's face about what you think they might be doing or what they haven't been doing, make sure you got your shit in order before you say anything, because if you don't, it's going to cause a rift and I tell you what I'm feeling and why I'm reading it that way. You see the two people there, but you see what's in between them. So that's what I'm telling you. If you bring it up like that and you haven't checked yourself, or if you've been slack in some area and you start throwing up the peace sign to somebody because you think they're not doing everything, make sure, because it will come back and it's going to cause that kind of rift that takes a long time to fill back up. So just know that if you get ready to get into a confrontation with your partner. With the Four of Wands here, both of you is trying to get to the next level of the relationship. So if you're living together, or if you're married, or if you're engaged and trying to get married, both of you are trying to get to that point, but it's just all this stuff that's going on. People not ready for how you trying to run the situation, or how you trying to at least participate in your own life and your own love life, and the way you want to roll. Maybe your partner's just not ready for that yet, and maybe it's a thing where you need to wait a while so your partner can catch up. But don't, again, go throwing shit up in their face and you haven't checked yourself yet, because you're going to create a bigger problem. But both of you are trying to get to the same place. Let me pull my next card. Princess of Cups. In this deck, in the Simply Deep deck, this card talks about maintaining emotional distance. I'm going to say, I'm looking at those two fish in a bowl. I'm going to say that to me is kicking off Pisces energy. It could be that you're dealing with a Pisces. It doesn't have to be. It could be anybody. But I'm picking that up from that card. And I'm also picking up that maybe the two of you have not had a conversation about your emotions, and not just, well, should we have a baby, or should we have this house, or should we get, not that conversation. How do you feel? What makes you feel good? What makes you feel bad? And a lot of times we overlook having that conversation because it's fucking touchy-feely. And I know guys don't like that shit, and a lot of girls don't like all that emotional, brouhaha. But it's a conversation you should have, because at some point during your relationship, unless both of you are robots, and then in that case, none of this matters. But if at some point in your relationship, you're going to have to deal with the emotional side, whether it's somebody dying in your family or somebody dying in his family, or an accident, or some, God forbid, but some tragedy to a friend. You emotionally, however you are, it's going to come up, and you won't expect it. Whatever it is will just happen. You might end up getting laid off from your job. If you haven't shown any emotion, I guarantee on that day you will. So this is telling me, don't keep so much emotional distance in your relationship. It's good to have some, but maybe now is a good time to start opening up a little bit and talking about how you feel. Talk about what your goals are, what you want to do 5 years from now, even if you're married, if you just got married. That's not a bad conversation to have. If you've been in a long-term relationship with somebody and you've just been living with them and you haven't had that kind of conversation, it's a good time to have it. It's an excellent time to have it. Next card is the Princess of Wands. Yeah. So again, in this deck, the Princess of Wands talks about being an adventurer, a learner, and a traveler. And so I'm going to go back to this card and say, yeah, you guys probably will come across some things that you would like to do together if you open up a little bit and have this conversation. You may decide you want to go somewhere together as a couple and travel. You might want to come back and blog about it. Both of you may want to go to a different city, a different country, and learn. And you may want to do that together. But you got to put some emotion here and have a conversation, and it will give you and provide you some clarity on what the two of you can do together to bond your relationship better. The Knight of Wands, yeah, you guys need to, and Virgo, I'm feeling like this is not so much you and maybe more of your partner, but you guys need to hang out a bit. Y'all need to just go have some fun. In this deck, the Knight of Wands talks about living in the moment. And that's exactly what dude is doing. He is right there, who God knows what the hell, but he is right there in that moment, period. That's it. So as you guys have a conversation, become, and if it's your partner, help them to become more cognizant of right now in the present and not stuck in the past on something or worrying about something that may or may not happen in the future. Help your partner with that if it's your partner. If it's you, work on that. Work on that. And tell your partner, again, open up, close that gap a little bit with the emotional distance. And if this is you that's having a problem being in the moment, share that with your partner. Let them know, I'm always worried about the bills getting paid or this or that. And whatever you say, I'm sure is going to lead into another conversation. But don't accuse your partner of anything. Just let them know how you feel about certain things. Next card is the King of Wands. Yeah. So then we get back up here to the Devil card. Your partner is quite attractive to the opposite sex, male, female, however that's resonating for you. And this is telling me to just be cool. Don't let this go somewhere else. It doesn't have to. There's some things going on. And if you look at the card, he got some shit on his mind for sure. But if you look at the rest of the card, you see that one little wand sticking up back there like, hey, how you doing? Check in with your partner. Make sure everything is good. I think if you open up and just start the ball rolling, whatever is going on here is going to come out. Going back to the first card, the Seven of Cups, it most surely has something to do with how you're perceiving the relationship, and they aren't ready for whatever it is. Maybe you are asking for an open relationship, and this could be vice versa. So take it where it is. But you might be open to having an open relationship, or you may want to try something new sexually. The list is long. But your partner they're not feeling that for some reason, and I'm not really picking up why, what the hesitation is. I'm going to keep reading, but this King of Wands down here is telling me that your partner is ready to turn up the sexy. I don't know if that's at work. I'm just checking out that one little long wand back there going, hey, Big Daddy, how you doing? Somebody you are totally unaware of. And again, it could be male or female, but y'all get what I'm saying. The next card is the Emperor. So you guys have probably been having some discussions already about the foundation that you're building and the boundaries that you have now. And again, it's taking me right back to this first card, the Seven of Cups. You out there, but everybody ain't ready for you yet. They're not ready. And I strongly feel in your partner, whatever it is, your partner is like, we need to get that in check. We need to just get that, whatever it is, we need to get that in check. Because what you talking about, your partner is just not picking it up. And it's frustrating him. That's the word that I'm looking for. And as I look at these cards, I see a lot of red, which to me indicates a lot of passion. But I also see a lot of green, which indicates a lot of growth. So you can take it where it is, but this is probably a wake-up call, and this might be for a very small few of you, but it may well serve as a wake-up call to check in on your relationship and see what's going on. The next card that's coming up is the Two of Cups. So yeah, something about your relationship and the support, excuse me. In this deck, this is about mutually supportive, committed relationships. I'm sorry. And that's just taking me back to something about your commitment right now is being called to question. And it could be, again, you or your partner, but this right here, I'm pretty sure that's Virgo. They ain't ready. They're not ready for whatever it is. And it's causing a lot of background things to begin to develop. I think for the advice, there's some 3 cards for the advice. So the first one was the Ten of Wands. So that's letting me know that whatever this is that's going on in your relationship, and you see all that red in the background, that's he gonna hit some sore spots probably. Find a friend, a sister, a brother, a cousin, an aunt, or uncle to talk to, so you don't have to carry this, so you're not just sitting there with all this shit bubbling up inside because your partner doesn't understand what you're trying to put down and they're not ready for the world. So, advice. Find a friend, a family member, and confide in them. Let them give you some advice. Let them be a sounding board for you. You don't have to get into all the nitty-gritty, dirty details, but give them enough so they can help you understand. And listen to your intuition. I always firm believer in that. Listen to your intuition. And this is a grounded card. The dude is sitting on the ground with his back against a rock. So get grounded and use your intuition and let it guide you to who you need to be around. The next card that came up, all these cups, 4 cups. So this is just you pretty much being bored. In this deck, that's one of the meanings of the card, and that's what I'm picking up. Like, all I said was I wanted to rule the world. That's all I said, and y'all got me all twisted and y'all ain't picking it up. So you're getting kind of bored with the situation as well. But it also includes a little daydreaming in there. And I think that's what your partner is not capable of doing. Again, it could be male or female energy, but you see old girl sitting down there like, I don't understand what he's doing up there. And that's the energy that I'm pulling from the cards. It's just, you're bored and the person you're with is just kind of like, how come we not? And then that reminds me back to this card, the Emperor. You know, partners is trying to put down some roots, but it's traditional. And you are looking for something maybe a little less traditional. The last advice card, the 5 of Cups. Don't let the situation make you feel hopeless. Don't let this situation make you feel like, oh shit, I picked the wrong person again. I don't understand why they can't get what I'm putting down. I don't understand. Don't get hopeless. Don't get sad. Don't get miserable, because this situation is a lie. And as I look at the cards, all the red that I see, that's a lot of passion. And I know that passion is between the two of you. But I also know that there's some green grass that people are looking at on the other side of the fence, because they don't know. The biggest feeling I'm getting is that whoever the partner is, they don't know if they can, whatever it is that you've asked of them or that you put out there, they don't know if they've got the wherewithal to deal with the situation. And so instead of really saying it to you, they're kind of putting up walls and going, okay, fuck it. Let's see, this ain't gonna work. So we had this conversation before. I said no, or or I think about it, but I'm really not feeling this bullshit right here. So you know what? I know this shit is on the skids. I'm gonna just throw the walls up. I ain't got shit else to say. And they begin disengaging, and maybe not in ways where you can see it right now. But again, making sure that before you get up and say anything to them about what kind of bad whatever they have, make sure your whatever is in check and in order. The Four of Wands. Moving to the next level. Y'all are trying to move to the next level. I can feel that energy very strongly, but I can feel there's a lot of bickering and back and forth, and maybe not even arguing, but just nitpicky petty shit right now. And those are things that can actually just blow up, you know. And don't forget your King of Wands over here. Don't forget that little wand sticking there out by itself, you know. And if it's a girl we're talking about, if you are a male Virgo and we're talking about a female, and that's the way it's resonating for you, you know, just be mindful. There are guys out there, you know, and if your woman looks good, smells good, and talks like she got some sense, somebody would definitely be interested. So don't just think, you know, just because she's with you, nobody else wants to deal with her. That's truly not the case. But remember, your overall energy is the Ten of Cups. So you're trying to keep your focus on family, on your friends. You'll be running into some people over the holidays. Keep giving of yourself to everybody that you can. And just know that even though this is a dilemma of sorts, it can be worked out. But maybe, Virgo, you aren't talking and communicating as much as you need to. So talk to your partner. And the holidays is the best time to kind of break the ice on things that have been giving you a hard time or bothering you. I'm going to leave it there for you, Virgo. I hope you guys have a good start to your week, a good holiday, and I'm sure I will talk to you soon. See you later.